Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and a very interesting looking puzzle today called Through the Looking Glass. We'll have a look at that in a moment. It's a big day on the channel. The first day of a new month always means new Patreon content, and there is a new competition out there. Actually, before that, yesterday, Simon posted a star battle puzzle that he did as a sort of bonus because he got through yesterday's regular video reasonably quickly. I remember the days when an 18 or 19-minute video was an average, or even maybe a long video for us once, long ago. But nowadays it's so short that he feels the need to put up more content. To be fair, content and the amount of it is not something people complain about. So today we have a video on Quordle, which is a kind of 4 times Wordle. And because we're having a day's pause in doing the Wordle so that we stop spoilering it because we cannot control the thumbnail, irritatingly, we are doing a Quordle to fill the time. And even that is yesterday's, so no spoilers there for people who are playing Quordle regularly. So that is on the channel. On Patreon, we have today released our Guess Again, quite approachable Sudoku hunt. Just 3 puzzles and a meta to achieve there. Send in your solutions to us here at the channel on our email address. And you can find our email address, our Patreon address, our Discord address, all the locations for the apps and the merch, and Sven's SUDOKU PAD on the links under the video, where this is the first puzzle. Now, Angelo wrote to us and said he's been trying to do this and can't do it, and he'd love to see Simon or me go through it. I hope we can go through the looking glass on this one. It's got an interesting rule set. It is one I think we've seen once before, and that may help. So I'll read the rule set. Normal Sudoku rules apply. A clue outside the grid shows the sum of the indicated diagonal, which may include repeats. So these cells, oh, good effort, add up to 38, and they could have repeated numbers on them. Each digit, 1 to 9, has a buddy that appears in all of the cells where the row and column indices are swapped. For example, if 1s are buddies with 4s, and there's a 1 in row 5, column 2, then there's a 4 in row 2, column 5. So that would make 1s and 4s buddies. And that implies then that if you had a 4 in row 5, column 3, oh no, well, that's a stupid place to choose. If you had a 4 in row 6, column 2, there'd be a 1 in row 2, column 6 as well. So once 1s and 4s are buddies, you get information about how they buddy up all over the grid. And the looking glass, I think we're talking about, runs down this diagonal. That was a poor effort at highlighting the diagonal. That's the looking glass. Now, a number may be its own buddy, so it can be its own digit appearing on the other side of the looking glass. And figuring out the buddies is part of the puzzle. So that's the rule set. I think we have done a puzzle on this before. And this puzzle is by Cam and has been on Logic Masters Germany since September. I don't think it can be this puzzle we did before, because I think it's longer ago that we did it. So I hope we're avoiding the embarrassment of repeating a puzzle, but I think I've seen this kind of buddy rule before. Anyway, do give it a try on the link under the video. See if you can crack what Angelo couldn't. And I'm going to try now. Let's get cracking. I think, well, I'm certain, this is one of those puzzles where it really pays to have a little think about the rule set before you try and tackle the puzzle. And we've often done puzzles like that in our Patreon content. Actually, this month's Patreon content's not like that. You can just, I think, pile straight into those puzzles and try and work them out. But with this one, it's worth thinking about this mirror diagonal. And what I'm thinking, yes, look at box 1. Let's forget those cells. Look at box 1. Those 3 cells, they have to be their own buddies, because that's what the rule means effectively, I think. Could a cell, I'm just trying to work out, could a cell appear on the diagonal, somehow that not count towards the buddy system, and then buddy up with something else elsewhere? I don't think that makes sense by the rule. But anyway, I think those three are their own buddies. Now that's quite interesting because it implies that the other 6 digits in box 1 all have buddies. That one buddies with that one buddies with that, and that one buddies with that. So that's 6 of the digits, 6 of the 9 Sudoku digits in this puzzle have buddies that are other digits. They must have by virtue of the shape of that cell. Now I think that means there are 3 digits out of the 9 that are their own buddies and can therefore appear on the diagonal. And if that's the case, it's those same 3 digits all the way along the diagonal 3 times. And look at, we get a clue for this diagonal. It's 24. So if we divide that by 3, 8, we know that these 3 digits add up to 8. The one thing I know about that is they've got a 1 in. It's either 1, 2, 5 or 1, 3, 4. In fact, we can do that all the way down the diagonal. And I'm going to... And let's colour these cells red. These are the self-buddying digits. And now look at this 10 diagonal. This is great. Okay, if that adds up to 8, exactly 8. I was going to say at least 8. I mean exactly 8. What's the minimum these two can add up to? Remember that these 5 cells have to add up to 15 at least because they're different numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 adds up to 15. So the least these two can add up to is 7. Now that's really, really important because that means the most these two can add up to in this 10 diagonal is 10. Now if that was a 1 and a 2, they would be buddies. And that's impossible because I think we know that 1 is a buddy of itself. It doesn't have a reflected digit in the diagonal. So these can't be 1 and 2. They're going to have to be the other alternative, which is 1 and 1. And now these 2 digits add up to 8. And together with these, this area adds up to 16. And that has to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. It's the only way you can make 16 in 5 digits. So let's get rid of 5. And in fact, oh yeah, we know now that this diagonal is 1, 3, 4, and this pair is a 2, 6 pair. 6 has to be in those numbers. It's not on the main diagonal. So that's a 1, 3, 4 diagonal. So let's, in fact, now we know that for box 1, we know it for the whole diagonal because we've established that the 3 digits in this puzzle that are their own buddies are 1, 3, and 4. So in fact, they're the red digits, and I'm going to colour them red everywhere. 3 is its own buddy, so that's a 3. And, you know, we've got a decent start now on the puzzle. We know which digits are their own buddies. Oh, okay, we know that 2 and 6 are their own buddies. 2 is 6's buddy and vice versa. So I'm going to colour them yellow anywhere I find a 2 or a 6. So, I mean, that's an intriguing start to the puzzle. Now, we've got 16 down. I mean, I did see this early on, but there were other things to do. Let's make that blue. That's obviously 9 and 7, and they are each other's buddies. And that could be, probably for most people, that will be the first deduction they make. But I got so excited remembering this thing about how the diagonal works and seeing we had a clue for the leading diagonal that I did that first. Now that means the other digits in this box are, look, if we know that 7 is 9's buddy and 2 is 6's buddy, I think yellow and blue are very good colours to use these days. Then we know that the other 2 digits, which are 5 and 8, are each other's buddy. And I don't know how to show that, but we know it for the puzzle. So up here we've got 5, 7, 8 and 9. And it'll either be 5, 8 there and 7, 9 there, or the other way around. So what do we do next? 32 is a big number. It could be 8, 8, 7, 9, or I think there's got to be a 9 in it, but I can't really pencil mark that. Ah, look, this 38 diagonal, we're getting some actual numbers on. Right, these two have to buddy each other. Now, we don't know what colour they are. We don't know if they're blue, yellow, or 5/8, whatever that is. And these two buddy each other. And they also are blue or yellow, could be the same as green. But, right, the blues add up to 16. The yellows add up to 8. 5 and 8 add up to 13. So those are quite different totals for the buddies. Now, what do we need here? Oh, that can't be a 1. This can't be a 3. I've just noticed this obvious stuff. Sorry. Right, so there's 2 possible totals left for the purples and greens. That's either a 3, in which case they add up to 29, or it's a 4, and they add up to 28. Does it have to be even? No, I don't think it has to be even. I was just thinking 2 greens and 2 purples must be even. That's absolute Bobbin's way of thinking. That's nonsense. No, they just have to be the sum of 2 of these. Well, they could be the sum of 9 and 7, which is 16, 8 and 5, which is 13. What's the other one? 2 and 6, which is 8, or 4 and 4, which is also 8, 3 and 3, which is 6, or 1 and 1, which is 2. But we need 28 or 29. So we can use 1, 16. Oh, it's got to be a 13. So these have to be a 9, 7, a 5, 8, 29, 32, 35. And this must be a 3 to make the numbers work. That's really neat. Okay, so let's make, sorry, I've been using silly colors. Let's make 5, 8 green. I don't know what I'm doing here. And we know 9, 7 is blue. So one of these is a blue pair and one of them is a green pair. Up here we've got green and blue as well. Down here we've got yellow and blue in full Ukrainian fig. Now, okay, I don't think we can. Oh, look, this is on a 9 diagonal, so that's not 7, 8, or 9. That's going to tidy up this almost this whole diagonal. That's a 5. Its buddy is 8. We know that, and they are the green pairing. This is the blue pairing, and they are 7 and 9. We don't know the order yet. The 5 goes with a 1 and a 3 to make this, to make this 9 diagonal. They're red, so we can make these, they're the same digits in red, of course. We know the buddies. In fact, we know everything's buddy. I might just stop colouring. I think we're probably going to understand the buddies from here. They can't be an 8. They can't be a 5. I don't think this tells us how these work yet. Right, we now know this is 1. Oh, we don't know about 3, 4, or those. That can't be 3. This can't be 1. Okay, now, now there's, yeah, suddenly the possibilities with lots of 8s for this 32 have disappeared. Okay, how could one of those not be a 9? I think the only way is if they were both 8s and these were if they were both 7s and these were both 9s. To make this add up to 32, I'm trying to posit that one of these isn't a 9, and this is so I can prove that if one of them is a 9, I can deal with that cell. But if one of them isn't a 9, they would have to be, the maximum they could be is 2 7s, and that would leave these to be 2 9s. Now that is possible, but the buddies over here would be 7 7 9, 7 7 9 9 on that side. It would add up to 32 as well, and with 29 would be wrong. So that's not the case. One of these is a 9. It doesn't matter which, possibly both, doesn't matter which one. It means this is a 7, and that gets me another digit. I mean, that's the trouble is with this, that's all it gets me. Okay, so let's think about this again then. Now, these can't come down to 6s, and they can't be 7 or 8. They both have to be 9s now. They just have to be. And they're opposite 7s. And I can probably work out from what's left. These add up to 14. These add up to 15. I think that means these are going to be 9, 5, and these are going to be 7, 8. I'm pretty confident about that. How do we prove it? Oh, well, these can't be 7, 7, or those would be 9, 9. We've proved that. If these were 6, 8, their buddies would include a 2, and this total wouldn't get anywhere near. So yes, they are a 5, 9 pair. In fact, we know the order because that one can't be 9. So they're a 5, 9 pair, opposite 7, 8. And now these two diagonals, 29 and 32, do add up to the right things. Green for 8, 5, blue for 7, 9. Now we get this as a 9 and this as a 7. What else? I haven't learned much else. We've still got some diagonals to do though. Well, no, we've got 2. We've got that one, which has a lot of empty cells, and that one which has even more. Okay, let's look at this. Something 7. Oh no, hang on. 9 is seeing that cell. 7 is seeing that one. So this is an 8, 9 pair. Oh, look, no, it's not. We've resolved it. I just hadn't realized. 7, 5. So let's get those in the right shades of aqua. There we go. Yeah, I was considering what this can be. 2, 4, or 6, basically. Let's put in the candidates. 2, 4, 6, 7. Oh, lots of candidates there. And even more here. But what's the maximum here? 6, 13, 20. And this could be a 7, 8 pair. Oh, 35. That's only 2 degrees of freedom. So that could be an 8, 7 pair. That's the most it could be. But it can only lose 2 degrees of freedom from that. So we can ignore 2s, 4s, and 1s as totally impossible there. Could come down to a 5, 8 pair. This can't come down to even 4 or 2 because of the 2 degrees of freedom. And is 6 or 7. This can't come down to 2. Now, how do we work this out? It's interesting. I mean, you could be thinking of checking across here, but I think the symmetry of the puzzle means that you will never learn anything new from checking across here because all the possibilities for buddies for that, 2 and 9, are always going to be available over the other side. So unless I've got something wrong, that is the case. So the maximum now is, do we have to have an 8 here? If this came down to 7, 6, 13, no, 7, 7, 6, that would still work. That's surprising. I thought we might get enough information to proceed. I think we do still need to figure this out. So let me just think a bit. Oh, look, 3. Oh, hang on. I've got 3s in both those cells. Oh no, what have I done now? I think I wrote 5, 1, 3 in the wrong order based on that, didn't I? Right, let's just try and fix that quickly. And apologies if you've already written the comment complaining that I'm a moron. Well, you're not wrong. And I am fixing it now. I think that's all we need to do. I don't think that affected anything. Well, it's affected the candidates here. So let's put back all the candidates. Those are still right. That can't be a 1. That can't be a 3. That's better. Sorry about that. Just a little brain explosion. Don't be too mean. Oh, look. Sudoku, 9, 9, that's a 9. Wow, I'm really falling apart at this point. That makes this a 7, and that's still maximum, so that doesn't decide this, but it does show that there is still Sudoku to do that I hadn't realized could be helping here. So there's a 7 in one of those two cells. This is a 2, 4, 6 triple. And so is that, because 2 is 6's buddy and 4 is its own. These are from 2, 5, 6. Yeah, I didn't think Sudoku would be likely to be the way to solve this Sudoku puzzle, ironically. But properly, ironically, I was wrong. 9, 4, 3, 7, 1, 5. I don't know. What's 1, 3, 4? There's a 3 in one of those two. Oh, 6 can't be opposite 2. No, that doesn't really do it. Right, let's think about this one again. Or do I need to think about the 25? Maybe I do. Okay, let's think about the 25, although it's such a middling number for 5 cells. No, let's keep thinking about this. 14. Oh, now earlier I was saying, does this have to be an 8? And I was deciding no, because it could be a 7, 6 pair and a 6 there. But look, that doesn't work for a beautiful reason. If you kept an 8 out of these two cells, they would have to be a 7, 6 pair, which would have to have the 7 here and the 6 here. So we'd have a 6 here. We'd also need a 6 here on the diagonal to make up the 33. And suddenly you couldn't put 6 in any of these cells. So that is not how it works. So there is an 8 in one of those two, definitely. That means there is its buddy 5 over here. Now, this is... Oh. So there's a 6 or 4 there and an 8 here. So we know the parity of the last digit. 14 is even, plus 6 is even, plus 8 is even. The last digit is odd and is not a 6. It's either 8, 7 with a 4 there or 8, 5 with a 6 there. I don't know which. So let's just put in just in case it makes any difference. 7 and 8 have 9 and 5 as buddies. 8 and 5, they're the two yellow cells. They have themselves as buddies. Oh look, there's a 9 here. Why don't I just try and finish off 9s? That's oh, well, and that does it. That's why. Well, that's not why I don't try and finish them off. That's why I should try and finish them off. So both, no, not there. There is the 7s. There we go. And now that's a 9. This is a 5. That's an 8. This is a 5. That's an 8. You can go yellow. 13, 20, 27. That's a 6. 6 is buddies with 2s. They're not yellow. 5s and 8s are green. 6 is buddies with 2s. So I'm sorry. Not only have you had to watch me fill in the wrong numbers there, not be able to do maths properly, but I've also got colours wrong. So really it's been a bit of a shocker, but never mind. That can't be a 5. So the 5 in this box is there now, opposite 8. Those two are green. So even my colouring was wrong down here, rather brilliantly. These are yellow, 2 and 6. We must know, no, we don't know which way round they go. How strange. Now, the 25 diagonal. Right, 5 and 8 is 13. We need another 12. This can be 1, 2, 4, or 6. Now, if it was 1, they'd both be 1s, and that would be a 10. Nonsensical. If it was 2, they'd both... 1 would be a 6 and that would be a 4, very likely. If it was 4, oh, that's weird. They'd both be 4s and that would still be 4. So whether these are a 2 6 pair or 2 4s, they add up to 8 and that leaves the same middle digit. So that's 4. Finish those off. Does that resolve what they are? No. Right, that's a 3 just by Sudoku. I can see that is the last place for 3. Let's just do Sudoku. I mean, the puzzle has still been full of surprises in that I have not understood quite how it works as a mirror puzzle and as a Sudoku puzzle. But we are getting there now. Now, 2, 8, 3, 9, 7, 5. These are from 1, 4, and 6. And those are therefore from 1, 4, and 2. Those can't be 4s. And I've done all the arrow clues. So the rest is just, okay, 6 is seeing this group. So that's a 6. On the mirror, that's a 2. And we get 4 there. That gives a 4 on the mirror, and the mirror gives 2 and 6 there. This is now a 6. And that's a 2. This is not a 6, and that's not a 2. In fact, this has become 6. That's become 2. These must be 4s. Yeah. Just being careful finally now. You might think it's a bit late to start being careful at this point in the puzzle, but never too late. 4, 1, that's a 6, that's a 2, 8 and 5. Right, let's do the colouring. Those two are green. 4s and 1s are red. Thought I was going to give up the colouring, but I quite enjoyed the colours. Now I've got them right. 2 and 6 are yellow. Now up here, yeah, those are done. 6 and 2. So these are just finishing off 4 and 4. They're red. What have we got? 2 and 8 to go. So we can put in 2 and 8. Let's colour. 8 and 5 are green. 2 and 6 are yellow. 6 and 5 to go in. And that is the solution to Through the Looking Glass. Didn't get a tick. And yes, I have still done something wrong. So he tries to be careful and he messes it up. I've got 2 2s in this row. Oh my lord. Okay, is it that digit and that digit? And then this one and this one? Let's take those out. Try and correct those. And these 2. Oh my, no. I've done something badly wrong here. Okay, let's take all the yellow digits out the grid and start them again. I mean, I think I've got everything in the right place and every colour in the right place. Now, how do we decide which digit is which? It's on this one. 14, 22, 27. That's a 6. So let's do this again. 6, 2. Wow, this has turned into a big old mess, hasn't it? 6, 2, 6, 2, 6, 2. And then I'm going to have to check all the little killer clues at the end to see if I have actually messed those up. 6, 2, 6. These can't both be 6s. I've done something wrong. Wow, what have I messed up today? That's so strange. That's so strange. 18, 20, well, 12, 20, no, that adds up. Oh, I assumed those had to be 4s. Okay, let's go back to the yellows, remove them all. Yeah, this is where it went wrong, isn't it? Let's get rid of the colours there. Now, I need a 6 here. Okay, let's try it from here. I need a 6 here and a 2 here. 6, 2, 6, 2. Let's just keep doing that through these, and I'm all right at the moment. 2, 6, 2, 6. Oh, this is hideous. I mean, these can't be yellow because that's seeing a 6 and a 2. So I'm still, okay, we'll rewind it back to where on the 25 diagonal, I started filling in 4s. It's quite a long way back, isn't it? What a mess. Oh, right. I mean, it may come all the way back to when I put in the wrong candidates for 531. That I don't know. I don't want to go back that far. So we got to here and we worked out 597. They couldn't be 1s because that would leave this impossible. If they're a 2, 6 pair, that's a 4. This has to be 4. That's got to be right. 4, 1, 3. And then I notice 6 is fixed there. That becomes a 2. So then we get 6 and 2 here. They're done. This is a 2, 8 pair. They have to be opposite 6 and 5. This is 8, 4, and we know the order. So that fixes 4 and 5 in the mirror. This is so weird. That's 2 or 6, so that is 2. So this is now a 1, 3 pair, which we can fill in. That has 3 and 1 in the mirror. This is 4 or 6, so that's 4 or 2. Now we've made all the little killer clues work, apart from this one, which is going to need either a pair of reds there or a pair of yellows. But let's just keep going. 3, 9, 7, 1, 4. So in the middle here, we need a 5 in one of those positions. 8. Oh, 8 seems to only have that. So yes, 5 can't be there. That's right. So 8 there, 5 there. This is now a 6 and 2, and we know the order. That makes this a 4 and this a 4. This is 6 and this is 2. And that is looking different from what I just came up with. So I think this is the right answer. And I have to say, I don't really know what led me wrong before, but something did. 4, 2. And I do apologise for whatever it was, but it's hard to exactly apologise when I don't know what I did wrong. But I clearly did something quite badly wrong. So 6 is a yellow, 2's a yellow. 4s, 1s and 3s are red. 5s and 8s are green. And this last 1 and 4 are going to make the puzzle work. There we go. Wow, I really didn't do that well. Every kind of mistake possible, but still got through it. Anyway, educational perhaps in 2 ways. 1 in some of the mirror theory, which I thought I was okay on, and 2 in how not to fill in a Sudoku, which I achieved again and again, starting with the error up there, ending with the error to do with this diagonal, and I don't even know what I did wrong, but I really did it badly wrong. But then becoming able to fix it at least. Perseverance, maybe that's the final lesson. So if you get bogged down with our Patreon puzzles, just persevere, you'll get through, and better than me probably. Oh well, thanks for watching anyway, and hope to see you again soon on the channel. Bye for now.